Utilities. Let's start with American Water. I don't see any problem with American Water. We are steady on a nice upward trend. Um, just be careful right here. We could pull in just a little bit. Uh, we made the high, what was that, on Wednesday, 189.39 or 35, coming back down. I don't see us pulling much further than this 184, the 100%. We're on track to go to 193, but just be careful. We could pull into the 181. We've had quite a bit of support right around there, or support and resistance right around that area. Resistance right here, and it popped up. So I would see it kind of almost coming down into the 185, but I would prefer that it holds this 184 and then we go up to the 193. But just remember, we could come all the way back down to this 181, to the 178. I don't really see the 78 though, but I do see the 181. So just be careful. Republic Services looks gone. I mean, we got rejected literally at target. Perfectly rather, and came back down to the 100% mark, and now we're on target, or right at target, for the longer term trend. Friday was a nasty day for the entire market, but we still kind of popped above, try to make a new little short term high, beat the 125. However, we did not. I would like to see what happens this upcoming week. I don't see anything too shabby with Republic Services, but I do see that the overall market could drag this down a hair. Maybe back down to this 123 to 122 area. I don't see it dipping much further than that, but just keep that in mind. Really depending on the rest of the market, how the rest of the market is doing. But I do kind of see us shifting up and trying to take out this 126 area. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dividend on September 30th. Don't worry about it. It's a little bit away. All right, DTE. Still not really sure what happened on this one random day on May 5th. How we were at 141 for a day. Let's do this. Yeah, if we can't maintain this line right here, I would say watch out for the 115, or at least the retest of the 115. But if we can hold this line, at least maintain this line, we might go down a little bit, but then right back above maintain, then I do see we're off to headed for the 122.39, and hopefully with the breakout, that's what I'm saying, we might dip below just to kind of clear all this out, and then retry again to break out the 122 and pop out of that 123.93 area, which was last touched on May 10th. Middlesex Water. It's literally hit target, and then pulling back. So maybe the 110 area would be a good place for us to reload. Give it a little bit. It could fall through. And if it falls through, then we'd probably be headed on to 103. But our short-term bias is to the upside. Like I said, 110 area, I would look for a nice little pop. I might, if you're extremely aggressive, that would be the place to buy. But just remember, we could come down into the 103 area. Idaho Corp. I mean, this is This is frustrating. If you would have asked Wednesday, I'd be like, yeah, we're looking amazing. But however, we just on Thursday, Friday, we went right. Well, Thursday, Friday was a really nasty day, 2% day. So we were on track to take out that 110 area, but now it kind of looks like the momentum might have shifted just a little bit. However, we did break out of the, well, it's only September 3rd, so it wasn't that big of a breakout. Yeah, let's see what happens. If we can, if you're really aggressive, I would pick up a little bit right here, but you need to know that you're probably gonna be crying because we're probably coming down to the 102 and getting some support there, depending on how the market opens tomorrow. So just be very careful and cautious about how the general market is going to run tomorrow. If we're running down, look for the 102 test. If we start popping, maybe we clear ourselves out of this nastiness and we head higher. DUK Energy. Yeah, we're right in line with kind of the 100 or the 50% mark on the larger trend and the 50% mark on the smaller trend. Line in the sand. If we can't hold this, c'est la vie. But if we can, good riddance. Try to hold on. Let's see what happens. I'm not 100% like motivated about this one just because it does not looking that great. However, we are at target for more or less the downside. So this could be a decent little buy right here, but just be cautious. If we can't hold that 102.76, then it's a dud and get out as fast as possible. NRG. All right, we broke the 50% of this short-term trend and basically hit the 236. But we also broke the 50% of the larger trend. But let's look what is this? Oh, more or less the shorter term. But the very largest trend, we are hitting the 786. So just keep in mind we're above that. That's right around the 42.76 area. So we're about 50 points away, or maybe 75 points away from that. Or cents, excuse me. Yeah, I would like to see what happens this upcoming week. If we can hold this 2-3 and then kind of gravitate above the 50%, then that would be nice. If not, then look for a test down to the 42.82 down to 42.44. BEP, Brookfield Renewable Partnership, just had a dividend 8:30. Let's do this. Here we go. It gives us a little bit better better idea of kind of what's going on. As long as we stay above that 50, 39.64, then I see no problems with this. Let's just keep in mind we basically hit a nice target and then are kind of rolling back off of it. It's just a breakout of this nasty range that we've basically been in since May to like May 20. Well, all of May is the range. We temporarily broke out and now we're back inside of that range. If we can hold right here, which there's, we got some support. If we can stay above the 786 of this larger trend, I would say we transition up and try to take out this high of 41.77. Sonova, yeah, very disappointing. Needs to really stay above that 35.48 for me to be interested. But if, like I said, again, if you're extra aggressive, just be careful. This is not a fun to play with stock. Then anything above the 34.03 is still kind of in this upward trajectory. It's kind of, we're starting to make a trend, a lower trend, but it's not very deep. So just be very careful. Yeah, but for me to really be interested, it needs to stay above the 35.48. Anything below that, I'm more looking for a downside pull. AES, very disappointing. Um, yeah, I don't see us pulling higher here at all. It looks more or less we are headed to the 23.51. And if we cannot hold that, which it doesn't look like we're going to hold this time, with 1, 2, 3, and on the fourth try, probably break down and headed to the 22.